Lake Orion's largest celebration of the year took place over the course of 4 days with music, food, and fun, and culminating with the annual dragon boat races on the lake. Lake Orion residents now have a new place to shop. Menards has officially opened its doors on Brown Road, the first of several businesses planned for development in that area. Downtown Lake Orion has yet another reason for area residents to visit. The Flint Street Alleyway offers a beautiful new gathering place. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have those stories and more coming up on this edition of ONTV News. One of the responsibilities of Lake Orion's DDA is to maintain the charm of the downtown area and create gathering places that encourage residents to visit. Recently, the community came together to celebrate the completion of Lake Orion's newest attraction. On Thursday, August 23rd, residents and business leaders gathered in downtown Lake Orion to celebrate the official grand opening of the Flint Street Alleyway with a ribbon-cutting ceremony.
Ready? Go. Bit of money and put up some lights, and it didn't last. It was a temporary fixture, but that temporary fixture became a beloved place in Lake Orion, and because of that affection that people had for something that we put up temporarily, we were able to make a permanent structure here. So now we have lights, we have a sign that says Lake Orion, Michigan. People know where Flint Street Alleyway is, and they come and take pictures here and enjoy themselves.
The project was made possible thanks to several entities coming together. New products provided the wooden structure and signs at both entrances. John Burt Realty offered a donation that made the project eligible for a grant from the Michigan Association of Realtors.
So we do what's called placemaking grants, and specifically it's through the Lighter, Quicker, Cheaper program. So basically we provide grant money for communities that are looking to revitalize areas that might not have been draws to the community, to help strengthen it, try to get people to come to these areas and try and really get people to come to the communities and stay here.
I was born and raised here in Lake Orion. I grew up 2.5 blocks from this alley, so I just have a lot of old memories, of riding my bicycle as a kid through the alley. So it just made perfect sense. My first job was on this corner as a teenager. My first job was, at a clothing store that was on this corner. So just the history just made total sense. Then the thinking that if you can't support your local community, then who can you really support? So it's our way of trying to give back.
Immediately following the grand opening, those in attendance wandered over to the Chamber of Commerce Thirsty Thursday event, which was taking place just a few blocks away. Although the Chamber hosts its networking event on a monthly basis, this one was special since it officially kicked off 4 days of Dragon on the Lake events. ONTV's Joe Johnson was at Dragon on the Lake throughout the entire weekend and brings us all the highlights.
On Thursday, August 23rd, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce hosted their monthly Thirsty Thursday event at the Dragon Pub near the Orion Arts Center. Local business people and community leaders were joined by representatives of the Oxford, Auburn Hills, and Rochester regional chambers for a little mingling.
It's after hours networking, so it's a little bit more of a looser, familiar, get together after hours, and I feel like, again, this is the perfect place for that.
Of course, the chamber had an ulterior motive. The event was just a prelude to the official kickoff of the 2018 Dragon on the Lake Festival.
We're going to get up there in a little bit, and Molly's going to do a little declaration. We're going to cut a ribbon and get this party started.
Cast your eyes upon the Lake of Orion and marvel as dragon boats filled with powerful rowers fly upon its surface, competing against each other for fame and glory. Go forth, kind citizens, and dance amongst the dragons. This is the 10th annual Dragon on the Lake.
And with that, Dragon on the Lake was officially underway. Those attending Thirsty Thursday were encouraged to sample 3 different chili recipes, courtesy of firefighters from the Oxford, Rochester, and Orion Township Fire Departments. After sampling each chili, voters were instructed to drop a ticket into a boot representing each fire department. The team collecting the most tickets was declared the winner. Tell me what makes your chicken chili so special.
Well, it was made in Lake Orion, so that is pretty special. And We was a winner last year, so hopefully it'll be a winner this year.
Describe your chili and without giving away any secrets.
It's thick, it's got big chunks of meat in it, and it's spicy. It's like a, what do they call that? Comfort food.
Whose recipe is it and what makes it special?
It's mine, and one of the special things is dragon milk beer, a dark beer in it, but it's really made with love. That's what makes it special.
After the votes were tallied, DJ Nathan Ollie announced the winners.
But in second place, give it up for the Rochester Fire Department. They're going to win $300 for their 911 fund, which means our winner, Orion Township Fire Department, back-to-back years. You get this. You get to take this home with you.
While some residents were enjoying music and beer and wine on Friday evening, boaters were gathering on the lake for the Ligurian Lake Association's annual lighted boat parade. A number of judges boarded a pontoon and headed out on the lake to look over the entries. The lighted boats lined up behind Scott Campbell's fire-breathing dragon and began the parade around the perimeter of the lake. The parade attracted dozens of other boaters who just came out to get in on the fun. At the end of the evening, the judges huddled together to select the top 3 entries, and the winners were announced at the awards ceremony on Sunday. On the morning of Saturday, August 25th, local runners gathered near the Orion Arts Center for the start of the first ever Dragon on the Run 5K race. Unfortunately, just moments before the race, organizers checked the weather radar and discovered a nasty storm was moving in quickly. Rather than put any runners at risk, the race was postponed until the following morning. A few hours later, after the storm had moved through, residents began coming out to enjoy the festival. Vendors lined up along Flint and Broadway streets to sell their wares, including food and art vendors. Visitors were also able to watch demonstrations. On the south end of Broadway Street, Al Brown worked on his amazing marble sculptures. And on the north end, groups like Pro Martial Arts entertained the crowd. The Kids Zone offered young ones a chance to take part in crafts and activities. And a flash mob broke out at the intersection of Flint and Broadway. Dragon on the Lake was started out in 2009 as a fundraiser for the Orion Arts Center. Of course, they had to have a presence smack dab in the middle of all the action on Broadway Street.
At the Arts Center booth, well, we're offering classes. We have description of classes. We're giving away $100 worth of free classes. Give us your phone number so we can call you back. We have some pottery up from the pottery studio, and we're showing our classes, telling about what we're doing there. We've got Bo on the wheel showing people so they can firsthand give it a try if they'd like to, and maybe come take some classes.
Artists of all ages were assigned spaces throughout the downtown area to create their masterpieces for the Chalk Art Challenge, and musical acts performed throughout the day. Over in the Dragon Pub, the Square Pegs returned to Lake Orion on Saturday night to entertain the enthusiastic crowd with their classic 80s tunes. New lead singer Cassidy Temple joined the band in May. She showed off her powerful vocals, singing songs by Madonna, the Go-Go's, and Tony Basil. The experience. What do you try to give the audience?
Oh, everything and more. I absolutely love all the stuff that we get to do, the costumes, the music, everything is such a immersive experience, and I really want the audience to have as much fun as we have. So try to get them dancing, singing along, whipping their hair right along with me.
Now, have your bandmates warned you what to expect tonight?
Oh, I've heard it's going to be a riot. I am ready. I've heard this group is pretty rowdy, so I'm ready for it.
What do you hope the crowd comes away with tonight? What do you want them to remember?
I hope they're exhausted. I hope they dance their butts off with us, and I hope that they just, have the best time and dance till they drop.
Early Sunday morning, runners returned to the Orion Arts Center for take 2 of the Dragon on the Run 5K race. The weather was much better this time around, and the race got underway precisely at 8 a.m. Approximately 60 runners took part in the inaugural race that took participants onto the Paint Creek Trail.
All right, well, yesterday we tried to get our first Dragon on the Run going, and the storms came through and took us for a loop. We had to cancel yesterday, but luckily we were able to reschedule for this morning. We've bumped it up an hour, so we've got an 8 a.m. gun, and that way hopefully all my runners can get through the finish line and head off to the Dragon Boat races.
Crossing the finish line first was Lake Orion native Eddie Cromwell. You're the first winner of the first Dragon on the Run. What's going through your head? Describe the day, the experience.
I'm very happy, and it's pretty muggy, and then it helps a lot when there's no hills, really. I ran in 6th and 7th grade. It really helps to practice over the summer, whoever's listening, and it's definitely, if you want to do something, keep on running after it.
Immediately following the conclusion of the race, it was off to Greens Park for the opening ceremony of the 10th annual Dragon Boat races. Race directors Elena Campbell and Matt Gibb welcomed the 400-plus paddlers who made up the 22 teams taking part in this year's race. After thanking sponsors and going over the rules, the first race of the day was underway. We caught up with some of the teams taking part in this year's race.
Well, this is everybody on here except for one person is a first-timer. We have some of our volunteers, and I just threw it out to anybody that I'm friends with in the community, and everybody came together, so it's awesome.
So you're out on the lake first. You're the first winners of today's heat.
Yay!
What's going through your head? How do you prepare for this race?
Do you know what? It was just a lot of teamwork and everybody just trying to have a good time.
How do you prepare for this? How do you achieve success in this race?
We practice 2 times a week at home, Mondays and Thursday nights, and we just support each other through all life's adventures. So, yeah, we're there for each other.
Are you in it to win it, or are you just having fun?
We've already won before we ever got in the boat. We're here, right? We're breast cancer survivors and thrivers, so yes, we're here. And we're just grateful for every day.
1, 2, 3, breast buddies!
This is a team that has been put together over the past 9 years. This is my 9th year as a team captain. We try to keep the same team, but sometimes things happen. So these are friends of friends of friends. And so I think we've got a great team this year and a very good chance.
Are you guys in it to win it, or just having fun?
Oh, yeah! Is that even a question?
1, 2, 3, rock and roll!
Now, you've taken part in this race before. What keeps bringing you back?
The teamwork, the camaraderie, the fun, you know, just coming out here and supporting a local cause too.
The costumes.
The costumes.
Who are these people? Describe where these people come from.
These are all members and friends of the North Oakland YMCA CrossFit family. Team Stronger Together.
What are some keys to winning today?
Teamwork and having fun, really.
You practice, prepare, talk about that.
We have just the practice once before. So this is, and half of these people are new this year, so.
Oh, wow. So what's the key thing you want to accomplish today?
Having fun and kicking butt and winning something, right?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy boat race.
We are Dragon Down Parkinson's. We're an all-volunteer group. We are benefiting the Marilyn Jane Foundation of Lake Orion. We're a 501c3, so we're raising funds for Parkinson's.
That's terrific. Where do these people come from? Friends?
Friends and family. We all live in the area-ish. We even have people fly up from Virginia to come do this. My Virginia Vikings.
What's the goal today?
The goal is to take first place, and I want that Dragon Trophy.
So we're all members and workers of Orange Theory Fitness in Lake Orion off of Baldwin and Walden Roads. So majority, if not all of these, are members that come in and sweat their butt off at our studio every day.
So you've been preparing for this for about a year, right?
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Has your team taken part in this in the past?
No, this is our first year. First year, and a great time it is.
What's the goal? What's the expectation?
To have fun. Come out here, have a blast, get a little wet, and just enjoy each other.
All right, this team is called Dragon AZZ. They've been around many years. They adopted me about 3 years ago, and this is all for the Orion Arts Center. It's a great group of people from Lake Orion. Some people are transplants, but they're here now, and it's great, and we have a great team, and we just ran a dang good race.
You did. What's the key to success?
Rhythm, trust, and community.
You get any practice in?
Yes, we had one team practice.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What's the goal today?
Win. Winning, please.
What's the strategy this year?
Well, it's going to be tough. The strategy is what it's always been, just to pedal as hard as we possibly can. We got some newbies on the team, so getting them acclimated, but I think we got a pretty good squad this year, so hoping to get back in the finals.
Who are these people? Who makes up this team?
Well, definitely a lot of family. It starts there, and then we kind of fill in the blanks with close friends and fellow Marine, Army vet. So definitely show our colors there, but it's definitely family and close friends. Bernie on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bernie! We're from Billinger Temple CrossFit in Oxford, Michigan. We're located in 925 Legacy Center. So we come out every year. We're defending champions from last year, and we hope to keep our title.
You guys look serious out there. What's the strategy today?
Stay in sync and don't worry about trying to get too fast. Just stay in sync with the right power, and we'll get through it.
Do you plan on repeating last year?
I do. Yes, we for sure are going to take the trophy home again this year.
Paddlers took part in a total of 3 heats throughout the day. Race co-director Matt Gibb explained the changes in the rules that allowed for a very competitive race this year.
So what we did this year was everybody ran for a time in their first heat. And the top 8 lowest times were automatically placed into the championship bracket. And in years past, what we did was we said, well, combine your times. And it just became so hard and logistical that it would delay everything, and people were upset, and you didn't have the 10th right on this. And so we just said this year, top to bottom, we ranked the fastest times after the first heat. We put them into brackets, and then those champions, they run off for the end. And it's worked out perfectly.
After recording the fastest times and determining the final seeds, it was announced that 3 teams would compete in the final race of the day for the championship trophy. Last year's champion, Team BYT, occupied lane 1 on your left. 2016 champion, the Bernie Directive, occupied the center lane, and perennial runner-up Dragon Az was placed in lane 3 on your right. Let's watch how it played out. Participants and spectators would have to wait until the awards ceremony to learn who the official winner was. We caught up with the race directors following the conclusion of the 10th running of the Dragon on the Lake boat races.
Lots of Lake Orion Dragon excitement. Amazing for our 10th annual Dragon on the Lake Festival this year.
Yeah, there was a lot of spirit in the park today. There really was. Other years it's been great where people just wait around. Today was a lot of spirit. We've got to actually decide and vote on an award for team spirit. Some years it's like, well, there's only one team that got into it. This year, it's going to be a hard decision.
It's going to be really tough.
So we got to go do our job, all right?
Yes. Yes.
As Dragon on the Lake wound down, the community gathered at the Dragon Pub for an awards ceremony. The Dragon Boat Trophy arrived courtesy of a police escort. Orion Arts Center Director Karen Sterick handed out the top awards for the Chalk Art Challenge.
All right, without further ado, the winners in the youth category. First place, Caitlin Wagner, 13 years old.
Lake Orion Lake Association President Chris Brewer was called up to announce the winners of Friday night's Lighted Boat Parade. He handed out plaques and cash prizes courtesy of Ray Seas of Lapeer.
All right, and our grand prize, first place. Winner receives $300, and their name will be added to the trophy. which will be on display at the Lake Orion Public Library, is Karen with Groove Cruise.
And named winner of the 2018 Dragon Boat Races, their second win in 3 years was Team Bernie Directive, captained by Brian Burney.
Oh man, we're thrilled to get it back. You know, it's we missed her for a whole year, and it was bittersweet to lose it. But now we have it back, and it's even better. So we're super excited, and well, it's just going to be a good year having it in our house and traveling around with our teammates and everything. So it's a lot of fun.
And with another successful Dragon on the Lake Festival in the books, we asked co-director Alana Hart to look back on an incredible weekend. Who do you want to thank to help make this all come together?
First, James Jenkins. That's the first. And there's not one person, honestly, to thank other than the community and the surrounding communities that help. There's no way that we could run a festival this large, this vast, in a beautiful community to make it happen for thousands and thousands of people that come out to our community, to Lake Orion, to this festival. So thank you to our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. Volunteers, all of our partners, James, who's the brainchild behind it, and everybody else that maybe did a little something that, you know, I'm forgetting, that's hard, but it works because everybody works together.
From downtown Lake Orion, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. Lake Orion residents have been waiting for more than a year to go shopping at Lake Orion's newest retail giant. That day has finally arrived. On Monday, August 13th, staff and dignitaries gathered in front of Menards on Brown Road to celebrate the official grand opening of the chain's newest location. Orion Township Supervisor Chris Burnett was invited to cut the ceremonial board.
Township's been super supportive. It's been fun to work, with the township and to open up this store. Obviously, it's a pretty big task for everybody. So I think everybody's been very supportive and worked well together.
Menards has a history that goes all the way back to 1958. The Orion Township location is the chain's 313th store. Although ground was broken in July of 2017, the wheels of this particular location were set in motion a decade ago.
Yeah, so really it was back in 2008 or 2009. The board at that time, Matt Gibbs, supervisor, created what was called the Brown Innovation Zone. And that was the kind of initial look at taking this area that was largely blighted and totally underdeveloped and try to reinvent it. So then fast forward to 2012-13 when I started with the township. We started looking at creative ways we could attract investment, and the biggest thing we heard over and over was the road couldn't take more traffic. So we created the Corridor Improvement Authority, and basically it's a tax capture. It's not a tax increase, but it allows us to put almost $5 million in the investment in Brown Road to widen it from 3 to 5 lanes. And the second we announced that, we had been talking with Menards, but the second we announced we were formally doing it is when they they said we're coming, we're going. They bought the property, and since that time, it's been a great relationship.
225,000 square feet of retail and warehouse space sit on 32 acres of land on the north side of Brown Road. The store offers everything from lumber to produce.
In this store, we're going to offer amazing guest service. I mean, that's the key. That's the whole reason why we open our front doors every single day, is to service the guests. I mean, everything that goes into the last 7 weeks and honestly the next 2-3 years, it goes into our guests.
The township supervisor told us that Menards is just the first of several projects slated to populate the property along Brown Road.
So many people have called my office recently in the last 3 months, and when are they opening? That's like probably the most important, the most heard question, way more than road question, everything else, is when's Menards opening? So we're really excited, and as I mentioned, Aldi, the grocer, is actually going to come right in front of Menards here on the same site on their outlet, right on Brown Road. There are a lot more things in play right now that I can't really disclose, but stay tuned because there's a lot more exciting things coming to Brown Road.
If you have any questions for the staff at the Menards Lake Orion location, you can give them a call at 248-393-3756. At the Lake Orion Board of Education's meeting on November 16, 2016, the board voted to close Pine Tree Elementary School. In June of 2017, staff, students, and alumni gathered during an open house to say goodbye to the school. More than a year later, the building has reopened with a new purpose. ONTV's Tessa Bratton has the story.
On Monday, August 27th, Lake Orion Community Schools administrators and staff gathered at the newly renamed Pine Tree Center for a special ribbon-cutting ceremony. The school, which was closed in 2017, has been repurposed to serve the needs of the district's more than 750 students with disabilities.
Today is a special day because we opened up a brand new building for students with special needs. We are going to have specialized program for students with autism, emotional impairments, plus we're providing a whole new facility upstairs for our 18 to 26-year-olds.
The center is the brainchild of Julie Gutman, Director of Special Education. She told me the school district has been planning for this day for quite some time, with input from the superintendent, the school board, and even parents.
This facility provides us a way to educate more students in our community. Lake Orion Community Schools believes that everyone should be educated in their own community whenever possible, but it also provides us a way to further individualize for students that may have some additional challenges.
For more information, you can visit the special education page on the Lake Orion Schools website, or you can call 248-693-5430. From the Pine Tree Center, I'm Tessa Bratton for ONTV News.
Thanks, Tessa. It seems lately that the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce can hardly keep up with all the new businesses that call Lake Orion home. Recently, yet another new business filled a vacancy in the downtown area. On Thursday, August 16th, representatives of the Chamber gathered at the event place in downtown Lake Orion to welcome a new business to the community. Something Fabulous is an event management and design company that began in Rochester 15 years ago, but moved to Lake Orion about a year and a half ago.
1, 2, 3.
Number one, most important thing about this space is to celebrate, to gather and celebrate, and to have the chamber here, to have all of the people that have supported us over these years is huge for us because we really want this space to be about community.
And one of the main purposes of the space is celebration. So we've hosted, it's a flexible event space. We do baby showers, we've had birthday parties, anniversary dinners, small intimate gatherings for up to 49 people.
For more information, visit the event place gmc.com or call 248-783-6445. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. Nothing says summer like the sound of an ice cream truck moving through Lake Orion neighborhoods. One local company is hoping to help out a resident in need while selling its sweet treats. Sugar Rush LLC owns several ice cream trucks that can be found selling its goods in the Orion area. Owner Chris Keels is donating 50% of the profits generated by selling several pink items to help Paula raise the funds needed while battling stage 3 breast cancer.
Well, David's our driver. He's been driving for 23 years, and he wanted to give a thank you to the community, have some kids out and give them some ice cream, but we're also bringing some awareness to breast cancer research and specifically a lady in Clarkston, Michigan. She found out she has stage 3 cancer. And unfortunately her health insurance is not going to cover the cost of her treatments. So she's facing quite a bit, and it's not a lot that, every little bit counts, but we were compelled to try and do something to help her with the cost of her treatments that she needs.
For more information, or if you'd like to donate to the cause, you can visit sugarrushmi.com and go to the We Care page. A link will take you to the Paula's GoFundMe page. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.